Oh, hey guys, it's Boston Fan here with another video documenting my collecting journey. Today I wanted to make a video, another TTM video. I've got a whole bunch. I'm writing letters frequently. I'm organizing my TTM cards. I've got that project from that junk wax collection I bought to send out a bunch. So I'm trying to keep up. I'm not great at it, but I'm doing my best. So I have, I don't know, it's like 8-ish returns there. 2 that I opened before off camera. I just want to show off one. This is William Martin. He is a nonfiction author. He lives in the town next to me. I love his books. Anytime I can find one at the library, I pick one up. And so I've been trying to send out a little bit more to people that I not necessarily admire, but like and respect and find interesting, outside of necessarily the top 4 sports. So that might be Olympic athletes, that might be writers. I sent out at some point to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Thank you. And so I sent to him, I included my email address. He emailed me back. We traded a couple emails back and forth about, his books that he suggested I write. He asked me to leave Google reviews. So his name's William Martin. He put his information there. It's historical fiction. It's really interesting. They're really cool stories. A lot of them are New England based, though not all. There's one called The Lincoln Diary. It takes place primarily in DC. The one that I finished, it's called Bound for Gold. I just finished it 5 or 6 days ago. That's about the gold rush in San Francisco. Interesting stories. It combines, a person now trying to search for the history, and then it brings you back to the time where the person's actually amidst the history with some document or some item, and it kind of flips back and forth. I think they would make for great movies. He's never gotten a movie deal. I guess it might be a little hard to make his writing into movies, but I think it would be, if you could figure out a way to do it, I think they'd be great. And then second, I got Jose Canseco, care of his agent, Mike Maguire. He can be found in a lot of Facebook groups. Also, I believe if you're on sportscollectors.net, his address is in there. It's $15. You send it to him, and then he'll get it signed. So I got the classic 87 Topps. It's one of my favorite Canseco cards. Just we talk about color match now, but this is like perfect color match. Green of the logo, the green on this, and then he's just in the super green A's jersey. This is as close to a Canseco rookie card as I had when I was a kid. I love the gold cut, so this has been one of my favorites in my collection. This will be top loaded. This won't go into a binder. $15. He signs cards. I don't think he does much other than cards, though you could ask Mike Maguire if you contacted him. He's easy to contact on Facebook, which I did. Just said, hey, I'm going to send you a card. Just wanted to let you know, and sent it out, and it came back within a month. Super cool to get that signed. I didn't have a signed card of Jose. I have him on my 8x10 Rookie of the Year photo of Jackie Robinson that I got in person here in Massachusetts, but that's my like only Canseco item. I may eventually buy another of his 86 Donruss rookies, not graded, and send that to him, because I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, so those are 2 that I opened before because I knew what both were, and I just wanted to see them. So now we'll get into these. We'll rip this one first. And it is Jon Matlack. So he is a classic signer. If you remember back, or if you've been following me long enough, I think he was my 10,000th autograph. And I had a countdown, like I knew where I was and how many I had. And it was actually a game used card of him that I got. He is a Hall of Fame signer. So he signed signed the 73 team card. That's really nice. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'll get into a little bit about him. This is 78. He's signed up here, Roberto Clemente's 3,000th hit. I did ask for that in my letter. So obviously he gave up Clemente's his final hit of his career is 3,000th hit, a double. And I asked for that. I felt weird doing it. Anytime you give up asking someone to give an inscription of something that necessarily wasn't positive in their career, I feel weird about it, but I thought I'd give it a shot with him. So that's one of the interesting things of his career. He signed these in 53 days, 4-4. He was the 72 National League Rookie of the Year. He was a 3-time All-Star, 74, 75, and 76. He was the 75 All-Star Game MVP. He was on the 73 pennant-winning Mets. He actually lost Game 7 of the World Series to the A's that year, gave up a home run to Reggie Jackson. He led the league in shutouts in both 74 with 7 and 76 with 6. in his first start, actually. So there's a couple interesting things that I noted is that in his first start, he lost the win because Tom Seaver blew the save. I don't know why Seaver was in there saving a game. Obviously gave up Clemente's 2000th hit. And in like 1973, I think, he fractured his skull off a line drive from Marty Perez. He was out for a little while, but he came back, had a successful career. In 13 seasons, he had 125 wins. And he actually led the league in WAR in 1974 with 9.1. So he was a pretty good pitcher. He's, someone that I've sent to frequently for the last 20 years. I'll probably wait another year. I've got 20 or 30 cards of him because he was 70s right through the early 80s. Tons of easily accessible cards. Great to get him back. And I have the game used card. I have his rookie card, and that's up there. That's a super awesome inscription. So thank you, Mr. Matlack, for that. Next up, we have a note. And this is from Mr. Marvis Foley. In his note, he says, "Hey, Alan, thanks for the kind note. I certainly appreciate it. Playing for the Falmouth Commodores was the most enjoyable summer of my life. What a place. Stay safe." So in his letter, I found out that he played in the Cape League for the Falmouth team, which is a town on Cape Cod. And that always interests me because it's just a cool thing that the Cape has its own little league. I used to vacation there every summer. So I asked him, did you enjoy it? Did you have fun that summer? Obviously, he was apparently the best summer of his life. So he signed an 83 Donruss, the 81 Donruss, nice hair, the 85 tops, 81 tops. I like the 85 tops. So he went 5 of 5 for me. He took 12 days. He spent 5 years in the big leagues with the White Sox and the Rangers. 224 career hitter. Didn't have much power. He only had 12 home runs. But that's a new guy to add to my collection. I have never written to him before. I always appreciate the newbies to add to the collection. Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Foley, for that. Next up, we're going to have Dane Iorg. So Dane Iorg, I've written to in the past, though it's been, I think 2019 was the last time I wrote to him. So that's not even on camera, so we'll put you up there. So he signed the 85 tops with the Royals, the 80 Fleer Cardinals, 84 tops. It's a nice action pose. 83, also a nice action pose. And the 82. I'm going to go with the 85 tops on this one because he had the game-winning hit in Game 6 of the 1985 World Series. That's the Don Danginger, George Orta play. He knocked in the winning run there, walk-off single. He was the designated hitter for the Royals in that series. Did well, but he was even better in the 82 World Series when he was playing for the Cardinals. No, sorry, he was the designated hitter for the Cardinals, not the Royals. But in the 82 World Series, he hit 529 in the series with a 1.412 OPS, which is incredible. So he had a couple great moments, a great postseason performer, and he had that game-winning hit in 85. So I'm going to stick that 85 up there. He signed those 5 for me, 5 of 5 in 12 days. He played 10 seasons in the majors, a 276 career hitter. Very nice signature. He's been great for a long time, so send to him if you've got cards. Thank you, Mr. Iorg. Next up, we have Bob Kipper. So Bob Kipper was a former Pirate. He also spent a lot of time in the Red Sox organization as a coach. So I sent to him because I had picked up a Donruss. We'll see if he signed it. He signed the 88 tops. The 86 tops traded. That's nice. It's rookie. This I picked up at a card show recently. So it's the Donruss rated rookie. And then the 86 Fleer. And he signed both. I believe I asked him, I put a sticky on one saying, hey, if you've got like a card of yourself in the Red Sox organization, I'd love to trade this card for it. Obviously no pressure or anything. Looks like he didn't, but fine. I figured why not ask. I love the Donruss rated rookie. That's the Canseco year. I'm going to put that up. I remember at one point, Bob Kipper, I think his house had burned down, and he was asking for cards. This was like when I first got back into TTM, like 1997. So he was 5 of 5. Those are 5 returns in 10 days. He played 8 seasons in the major leagues with the Angels, the Pirates, and I think he finished with the Twins in 91-ish, 92. He was an average pitcher, didn't have any fantastic seasons. I remember him mostly as a bullpen coach for the Red Sox in, I believe, 2002, and then he came back under John Farrell when John Farrell got sick, 2014, 2015-ish. So that was an excellent return. I think I've sent to him once before. Glad to get that rated rookie card. That's pretty cool. Next up, we have Art Howe, classic signature. Again, a great signer, has been for a lot of years. Most people know him as the Moneyball manager of the A's, though I think they did him bad because I think he made more decisions and did more with that team than the movie makes it out to be. He's kind of like a baseball lifer. So he signed the 80 Topps, the 83 Donruss, the 91 Topps manager card, his 80 Topps, and his 81 Topps. So 2 80 Topps in there. So I guess I'll put that out. They're damaged a little bit, but they are what they are. So that was 5 of 5. It took 13 days. 11-year big league career for Pittsburgh, Houston, St. Louis. You can hear my son up there being a nut. So, Mr. Howe, thank you very much. This video is going on, so I might try to speed it up a little. Next up, we have Jeff Huson. So this is a first-timer for me. I sent him his rookie cup. I finally found that one of my common boxes, so hopefully that's in here. He signed the 92 Topps with a sliding Jose Canseco. His 90 Upper Deck. There's the gold cup card that I hadn't sent to him because I wanted to find that first. A 93 Topps and his 90 Topps traded, right? Yes. So thank you, Mr. Huson. He is a color commentator right now for the Colorado Rockies. And I think in some of the 90s sets, he might be in one, like the Dinosaur Rookie. So I wonder if I can send him again just to send that card out. But it's kind of soon. I have to decide on that. So he was 5 of 5, 13 days. I sent it to the Rockies address, I think, which is still Blake Street, but I don't remember. That might be old. You can find it on Sports Collectors. I'll probably link it down below in the comment section if I remember to. And the biggest note, he was kind of an average, below average player, but he started at third base for the Orioles on the Cal Ripken 21-31 game, which I taped and watched on TV. So I didn't realize he was part of that. This feels a little thick. We'll open here, hopefully not rip anything. We got 3 more to go. Another note back, I think, or it might be my letter. So we got Keith MacWhorter, who pitched in 1980 for the Red Sox. And he signed in a weird green Sharpie. It's a Bruce Hurst rookie card as well. Neither of those guys signed, but I had a few of these, and for a while he wasn't signing. So he signed in green Sharpie. I don't know which one's my favorite. Maybe this one. First time sending to him, I think I had one from a trade before. So we signed those 3 in 5 days. He lives just down in Rhode Island. He only played 14 games with the 1980 Red Sox. Was 0-3, but he did play for the Red Sox, so that's a significance to me. He was, in 1981, a member of the Pawtucket Red Sox when they had the 33-inning game. He did not write a note back, but he did not get into that game. I checked the box score before I wrote him, so he was on the roster, so that must have been particularly brutal, sitting there in the cold April for almost 12 hours and not getting into the game. Next up, we got, it's taped. I can't tell, but I think, yeah, okay, good. Didn't rip anything. Anything in here? Yes, it says, I hit the home run off Jerry Walker, and another index card, and that is Ed Hobaugh, former pitcher for the Washington Senators. So he signed one and kind of sent me a little note. If I remember correctly, the question was that as a pitcher, he hit 1 home run in his career, and it was in his last major league at bat in 1963, I believe. Yep, 63. He played 3 seasons for the Senators. He started the 5th game ever for the Senators, which are now the Rangers, so the second iteration of the Senators. And that homer in his second at bat came off Jerry Walker, who I believe, unfortunately, just passed away. He signed, I guess if I count that, that would be 2 of 3. It's either 2 of 3 or 1 of 3 in 9 days, care of his home. I found that in my TTM box and figured I'd need to send off a 61. Got 2 more requests, and I have 1 more stand, so we're going to make do. A lot of returns this week, which is great. I think I just ripped the index card. I totally did. Charlie James. Shoot. This is why you be careful, guys. He did sign my 62 Topps card. Nice. So it's 1 ruined autograph because I'm an idiot. And a nice vintage 62 Topps. Charlie James, he signed 2 of 3, so I sent another index card, I guess. I only sent 1 card. In 9 days. He played 6 seasons in the Major League. Most notably, he was on the 1964 Cardinals that won the World Series. He didn't get a hit in that World Series, though he did play. And he was also a platoon player in 1963 with Stan Musial in left field, Musial's last season. Look at what an idiot I am. If anyone wants this, it's ripped. Like, feel free to just shoot me a PM or put in the comments that you'd want that signature, and I'll send it to you. Otherwise, I'll just keep it. And then lastly, hopefully not ripped. Good job, me. I have our last return. This is a freaking long video. Rick Krivda only signed 1. I sent him like 4 or 5, which is fine. He has a funny collector's choice card with him biting the bat, which I also sent, which he didn't sign. So he signed this in 10 days. He was one of, what do I have for him? 1 of 4. So he only signed this 1, which I'll take anything. Brand new to my collection. Never sent to him before. Of note, he played for the Orioles in Cleveland. 11 and 16 career, but he was on the 2000 Olympic baseball team that won gold. So he is a gold medalist, which is appropriate now that we're in the midst of the summer games once again. So yeah, that's a bunch of returns this week. Some new guys, Charlie James, Krivda, MacWhorter, first time sending. Huson's brand new. My favorite's got to be both the Canseco, but I paid for that. And then the Matlack with that awesome Clemente inscription. Shout out Theo at Clemente Collector. So yeah, that's my TTM week. I just do this because it's fun, and I like to inform people on who's signing and just let you guys follow along with what random cards I'm adding into my autograph collection, because there's just randomness every week. So if you're stuck on this long to find out all these players, I really appreciate it. If you like this video, I'd love it if you'd like it. Comment what's your favorite, if you sent to these guys, if you had different success. I like to know who you've sent to as well. I watch all the TTM videos. I put them on my wait list. And if you're up for it, I'd love a subscription. I just hit 400, which is amazing. I'd love to do some kind of video response giveaway. I just haven't figured out what it is and what I want to do for it. But I think I will, hopefully within the next month or 2, I'll figure something cool out. So keep in touch for that. And my guess is if I can find it at a grocery store, I'll do an eBay gift card, because 400 is a pretty cool number. I can't believe that many people want to watch my lame videos, but sweet sass. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And as always, thank you for joining me.